Hello and welcome to a session I'm calling Yoga with a Sprinkle of Pilates. You don't need very much for this session, a yoga mat, perhaps a towel, and we will begin standing at the top of our mat in mountain pose, legs together, feet grounded, opening up through the chest with some big flowing arm circles, energy in the fingertips, reaching up, back, around, and down, standing tall. And then let's take one of those circles up to a full stretch up to the sky and exhale, fold into the legs, forward bend. Bend one knee, then the other. Feet are mat width apart, and let's start to shake the head side to side and then nod the head a little bit to release the tension in the neck. Hands on the shins, let's inhale up halfway, exhale and fold. Repeat that again, inhale up, exhale, fold. Bring the hands up a little higher on the legs as you inhale up, exhale, fold. Reach for opposite elbows and start to sway side to side. Switch the way that you are gripping the elbows and continue to sway. Bending and extending the legs. Inhale, bend, drop the hips. Exhale, stretch. You can add that chest expander, interlacing hands at the low back. And exhale, straighten the legs and reach those arms away from the body. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs and dive forward into that forward bend. Stay here at the bottom and just start to sway side to side, looking side to side. Release the arms and take a big step back with one foot. Lunge position. Doing little pulses here in our lunge. Reach the opposite arm up to the sky, twisting towards that front leg. And place that arm down and the other arm lifts up into side angle pose, and we'll move between those two poses. Twisting lunge, side angle pose. That back heel pivots so it's lifted on the twisting lunge, and then it drops down into the mat for the side angle pose. Come back into plank. Bend and stretch the legs from your plank position. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Sit back to child's pose, rocking gently side to side, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale. Let's come up, shoulders on top of the wrists, keeping the knees down. We're going to try some push-ups here, just 4. Ending at the bottom in cobra. Let's raise the arms above the ground into a T shape and then sweep them down by our side as we exhale, pick up those legs. Inhale, T. Exhale, sweep and float the legs up. Find that back bend. Bring the hands to the mat. Lower the legs down for upward facing dog. Tuck toes, and let's find downward dog. Bend one knee, then the other. Breathing in. Walk the feet forward and walk the feet back. Walking feet forward to the hands and walking back into down dog. Start with the opposite foot next time you walk forward. See how this feels in the hips and hamstrings. Find down dog. Keep legs straight and just tip the hips side to side, elongating one side and then the other. Bring your opposite foot forward into that pulsing lunge. And let's go into that twist alternating into side angle pose. Twist, inhale, return, exhale, open up overhead, side angle pose, looking to the sky, twist, and side angle pose. The back foot pivots to accommodate both poses. Come back into plank. And let's point and flex from the feet, shifting our plank forward and back. Exhale, press back and draw the abdominals in. Resting knees, let's take it into child's pose. Rest forehead, palms together, thumbs up. Maybe looking forward to the thumbs, dropping chin. Find that squeeze across the shoulder blades. Come into hands and knees, into cat and cow, rounding the spine, arching the back, allowing for a bit more softness in the elbows as we extend the spine looking up. Also pivoting from the wrists, so fingertips looking in as we extend and fingertips forward as we round. Feel the rotation in the shoulders. And then your next inhale, let's press back up into downward dog. Fingers angled in, toes angled in. And now the opposite, fingers angled out and toes externally rotated. Heels together. Shift the hips side to side. And lowering down into puppy pose. Keep the hips and tailbone super high. Let the collarbone melt into the mat as you extend the arms forward. Great stretch for the abdomen and chest and shoulders. Walk the hands back and exhale, push yourself back and then forward and down into cobra. Coming up a little higher in your cobra. Keep shoulders in place. Exhale, press up and let those abdominals come with you away from the ground. Toes stay down. Stay here at the top, looking from side to side over one shoulder. You're going to bend that same side knee as you look. Extend the legs and take the twist over to the other side. Bend that knee up and shift looking over the other shoulder. Come to center, sit back towards the heels briefly before visiting a brief plank and downward dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Let's split one leg up to the sky and we're going to bend and twist and extend to the sky. Bend and twist, extend to the sky. About 3 times. So then let's add that knee bending underneath you as you move into plank. And again, three-legged dog, twist and bend, and then bring it into plank, that knee hovering above the ground. Stay here at the top with the twist and the top leg extended, and the bottom heel is going to lift and lower. Both legs straight, both arms straight. Chest towards that bottom thigh. Come to center and find that floating knee in your plank position and step it forward into lunge. Twist your lunge. Drop back knee down and let's find the quadricep stretch. Opposite hand pulling that heel closer to the body, maybe flexing the foot. Holding at the ankle, allowing for rotation through the trunk of the body. Looking forward, looking back. Release the quadriceps stretch. And let's drop the back heel down, moving into side angle. Bend into that front knee, bringing bottom elbow on top of the knee. Bend into the front knee so the hips can drop lower. And then we'll start to straighten the legs as we reach the arms straight. And then bend that front knee and move into your side angle pose. Straighten and bend. Hold both legs straight into triangle pose. Split those arms open super long, fingertips barely grazing the floor at the bottom. Back into side angle. Reach that top arm sweeping overhead ecstatically. Breath in and rotate facing the mat. Both hands to the mat. Forward bend. Find your big toes with your peace sign fingers wrapping around into big toe forward bend. And now let's take the opposite hand so the foot is stepping on top of the palm, toes to wrist, and it allows for a little twist as the other arm stretches to the sky. Put a bend in that opposite knee. Let's switch over to the other side. So other leg is straight. That foot stepping on top of the opposite palm. Same side arm opening up to the sky. Long collarbone. Breath in, open the chest. Slowly lower it down. Try keeping the arms and hands crossed as you step on top of both palms. Bend the knees as much as you need to. And then your next inhale, let's come into chair pose. Coming all the way up to the top, arms circle to spill forward again over those legs, forward bend. Take one leg and then the other back, find plank pose. And pike the hips high to the sky, downward dog. Split your down dog into three-legged dog. The other leg reaching up to the sky now as we bend and extend that top leg. As you bend, allow the hips to twist a little bit more and extend. Find your plank shoulders on top of wrists and that top leg, the knee hovers above the ground as you move forward into plank. Take it back up and over as you twist three-legged dog and knee hovering plank. Alternate between those two places and then stay here in your split both legs straight and lift and lower that bottom heel. Arms pressing back, super strong. And bring that top foot to step forward into our lunge. Twist into that front leg. And drop bottom knee down. Find your quadriceps stretch. Pull the heel towards the glute. Maybe flexing that back foot and holding at the ankle. Let the hips drop even lower. And I'm doing a little bit of twisting, looking forward and looking back, allowing the shape to move with the breath. Little subtle movements to find more depth in our poses. Drop back heel down now as we move into side angle. The arms sweeping up and overhead. Straighten the arms and legs. And bend into that front knee into side angle. We'll move between those two worlds, straightening and bending the front knee. Coming up a little. And stay here, both legs straight. Triangle pose. Bottom fingertips barely grazing or hovering above the ground. Look to the top, reaching arm. Bring it overhead as you bend that front knee, side angle. And rotating down, facing the mat, both hands on the mat. Let's bring the feet mat width apart, slight rotation outwards with the legs and hips. And now we're going to drop the hips down and lift the hips high, bending knees, straightening legs, looking up, dropping down. Keep the knees bent. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Lift collarbone, elbows wide. Reach the arms forward into the side. And bring it back to heart center. Let pelvis be low. And just taking this side to side. Shifting to one side, lifting the toes of the opposite foot, shifting the other way. Slowly coming up. Let's continue to roll back through the spine halfway down. We're going to pause and twist side to side. Laser beam fingertips. Flex the feet. Keep squeezing legs into the center with every exhale. Twist and look over that back shoulder. Belly button deepens. Twist and twist. You can do it. To the center, we'll continue to roll all the way down. Total body stretch. Lift one leg to the sky. That bottom leg is going to lift and lower away from the floor as we hold on to the top leg. Flex the feet. Take the leg over to the side, inner thighs stretch. See if you can hold the bottom of the foot or the calf, and maybe the other arm can be reaching up and overhead, so both hands are holding the leg. Just a thought, or not. Bend that leg and cross it over the body into a twist. Return to center, forehead to knee. Flex the abs to curl up. And release the leg. Leg number 2, let's lift it to the sky. Hold on to the back of the leg, hamstring or calf. And let's take the bottom leg up to the sky, down to the ground, without completely lowering all the way to the ground. Hovering and then lifting again. And now we'll lower the leg all the way down as we move into inner thigh stretch. If it's possible, both hands are holding on to the foot and you're bringing the head through those arms, bottom leg strong. Release that opposite arm. Bend that stretching leg. And cross it over into a twist. Reach away, look away, breathe in. Come back to the center for forehead to knee pose, flexing up, draw abdominals in. From here, we're going to go into our sprinkling of Pilates, single leg stretch. The hands are quite specific, the outside hand to the ankle, the inside hand to the knee. Try to keep really still in your mid and upper body, just the legs moving and the abs strengthening to maintain stability. Add a double pulse. Pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse. Toes point. Chin drops, looking forward. Bend the knees in and rock up to a balanced seated position and roll through the spine again. Let's roll like a ball. Try to make this graceful and gentle so it's not too bumpy of a ride. Stay at the top and balance with straight legs. Release those arms again into boat pose or V-sit balance. Take it a little wider, lower with control, arms and legs. Resting head down. Bend the knees, arms into a T shape. We're going to drop the knees to one side, and the outside leg is going to bend and fold the foot on top of the inside knee. As you inhale, arms reach up to the sky, and exhale, wider T-shape arms. Breathe here for a moment. Release the top foot. Take the knees to the other side. Outside leg is going to extend just to bring that foot on top of the inner knee. More weight so that your twist becomes a little deeper. You might feel this more in the hips. And let's inhale, lift the arms up to the sky, pull some space across those shoulder blades, and exhale, arms down to the ground, T shape. Breathe here. Return to center, bottom of the feet together, knees apart. Interlace the palms up to the sky and then overhead, allowing for a little rocking or shimmying throughout the hips. Bring those feet towards you to rock it out side to side. Into happy baby pose, holding the edges of the feet or the shins or hamstrings, whatever you can, and then continuing that rocking motion. And we're going to do the bend and stretch from the happy baby pose. Bend the knees and extend the legs out to the side into a straddle position before bending again. Keep the legs straight now. Try to reach the tailbone down. It has a tendency to lift above the ground as we keep the legs straight, opening out and in. Inhale, legs to tabletop, and let's twist those tabletop legs from side to side. Legs extend to the sky through the middle, and then bend as you twist. Come back to the center and reach the heels high and then bend to twist to the side. Keep heaviness across the low back because you are deepening abdominals closer to the spine. Feet to the ground, legs together. We'll take both knees over to the side. Bend the other side. Back to the center, extend the legs nice and long and let them flop out to the sides, maybe wider than the mat. Bring the arms down by the side, palms up. Let's close the eyes now for our final resting pose, Shavasana. Try to just let the body be still, so the only thing moving is the breath. Let all that hard work that you've accomplished have a chance to sink in, to do its job, acclimatizing to this energy, to this space, to this moment. Let the breath be natural and effortless. Keep returning your mind to the breath. If it wanders, bring it back to the inhale, meeting with the exhale, meeting with the inhale, meeting with the exhale. And let that rhythm bring you into that meditative state. Next inhale, just slowly starting to wiggle fingers and toes, reaching arms overhead, slowly rolling up to a seated position, closing eyes, resting, wrists on top of the knees, palms open and receptive. Find a mudra if you like to connect the thumb to a finger of your choice. Breathe into that connection. Embrace that new state of mind. Inhale, arms to the sky. Keeping eyes closed, exhale, slow motion release of the arms down. Like you're gathering the energy up. And bringing palms together, let's fold over the legs, locking it in, savoring the moment. And thank you for joining me today. Until next time.